Hey guys, let's talk about superhero movies. Over the past 5 years, certain trends in film and television have become impossible to ignore. Whether it be the reboot or legacy sequel of anything popular,
welcome to the White Lotus,
the rise of prestige TV, or the focus today, the box office and pop culture dominance of the superhero. Now, before we get too deep, what qualifies as a superhero movie? Well, there is the obvious, but there's also the not so obvious.
Didn't you know? Todd's vegan.
Star Wars. Yes, because a Jedi is a superhero. Joker. Yes, because
Thomas Wayne is my father.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes? Fast and Furious. You know, I don't know, but I'm thinking still yes. You see, this line has really started to blur here. But to make it simple, if you have any superpower, any connection to a superhero film, or you're just doing really crazy shit, you're a superhero movie. But why are there so many of them? Here's 2021's top 10 US box office numbers. Now, if we're including F9, which, I mean, you tell me, that means that the top 6 grossing films of 2021 were all superhero movies. Think 2022 is any better? Well, it isn't. And keep in mind, this is all in a post-Avengers era, and we haven't even gotten to the streamers yet. But what if we took a step back to a simpler time? How about 2015? By my count, there's really only 2 bona fide superhero movies here, and then a few, superhero adjacent movies. Stepping back a bit farther, we see this. In 2015, the total box office revenue of all superhero movies is under $700 million. But that revenue more than quadruples in the next 3 years till we get to $3.2 billion in 2018 and 2019. That's a 450% increase. In fact, if you were to put together the domestic box office numbers of PTA, Tarantino, Stanley Kubrick, Wes Anderson, Alfonso Cuarón, Charlie Kaufman, Guillermo del Toro, and Alejandro Iñárritu combined, you'd still be 200 million short of what superhero movies did in 2018 alone.
Whoa. What are you trying to tell me?
I am inevitable.
Well, true, but this inevitability is actually bad because superhero movies aren't very unique. Their plots, themes, and jokes are repetitive. It's boxing out what I call the middle. And, well, they're repetitive. Get it?
Deja vu.
The middle. Okay, so what is the middle? Well, if we go back to 2015, 2 films here represent the middle. The Martian and American Sniper. Now these are big budget blockbusters with movie stars that have appealed to both the critic and the everyday moviegoer. They're not sequels, they're not part of a franchise, and they don't have $300 million budgets. Hollywood has shifted from this middle towards 2 edges. Take the Oscars, for example. In 2001, Gladiator won Best Picture. It had a $100 million budget and grossed $465 million worldwide. 2007, The Departed won Best Picture with a $90 million budget, grossing $300 million worldwide. In 2013, Argo won Best Picture with a $45 million budget and grossing $232 million worldwide. But recently, these Oscar winners are performing worse and worse in the box office.
Why does this keep happening?
Well, these aren't exactly middle movies anymore. Coda had a budget of $10 million, Nomadland $5 million, Moonlight $1.5 million. What's happening now is the art house movies are winning the awards, but the superhero movies and reboots are making all the money. But this isn't what I want, and that's really what this is about. What do I want? See, I want the middle. I want Taika Waititi to make more Jojo Rabbit and less Thor. I want Rian Johnson to make more Knives Out and less Star Wars. And I want Denis Villeneuve to make more Prisoners, more Sicario, but less Dune. Because if we don't change, things are only going to get more and more extreme. We're going to see more people in capes, more remakes, and more of this.
That is America's ass.
Because that's what people are going to see. So that's what the studio's going to make. And make. And make.
Superhero
And
landing. She's gonna do a superhero landing. Wait for it!
make. Until movies lose sight of anything human. Because being human is...
Now, Hawkeye, it's time to do your thing.
boring now.
I'm out of arrows.
But you wanna know what isn't boring? Explosions, and flying, and hot chicks, and tight outfits with ripped dudes, and guns, and bad guys in America.
The theaters become amusement parks.
You're now making movies for 16-year-olds and China. And that's it. You think of some of your favorite movies growing up, those movies wouldn't get made today.
And so that's a big issue. That's a big issue. And we need the theater owners to step up for that, you see, to allow theaters to show films that are narrative films.
And that's why people stop going to the movies, because most of the movies suck.